and I have for you today a very simple recipe for apple crisp. It's going to be an MTS high protein apple crisp, and I'm gonna not use too many ingredients, so it's not too complicated, but there is a few stages to it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is preheat your oven at 450, and then we're going to get started. You're going to want some type of pan. My pans all look like shit, but that's all right. This works. This is just like a basic bread or loaf pan, and we're going to utilize this whole pan. It's going to be one serving, so this recipe is very high in volume and going to be very filling and will very much satisfy your sweet tooth. So let's get started. I am making this for my husband, so this is kind of a portion size set for him. This is one of his favorites. So I've started out with 1 whole cup of Quaker Quick Oats in a bowl here. And what I'm going to do to it is, you can see I've got this little spread here of apples. They're browning a little bit right now because they've been sitting out, but that's okay. It's about 200 grams of apples. Use whatever kind of apples you prefer to bake with. For these, I bought the little teeny tiny small apples and just kind of chopped them up in a few different ways, because what we're first going to do is make a crust-like substance for the bottom of the pan. So what I've got here are some really teeny tiny, you can see them all shredded up. You want to cut those up nice and teeny, because what it does is kind of like helps form the crust of the apple crisp. So I'm going to pour my little shredded apples into my bowl of oats for the crust. And then what I'm going to do is use the MTS Way vanilla. This is one of my favorites. This vanilla is like no other out there, people. So if you have not tried the vanilla yet, head to TigerFitness.com. Use my link in the description box, and you can use my code Kara for 5% off. I'm going to add 1 full scoop of the vanilla into my bowl here. Okay. And then you guys know how sweet I like it. I'm going to use Splenda, and I'm going to use 4 full tablespoons, but use how much ever you like based on your preference for sweetness. Again, Shredded Jesus actually likes more Splenda than I do. Did I put in 3 or 4? 3. One more going in to make 4. Lose count quick. Can only multitask so much, that's alright. Okay, so now that we've got that all in there, what we're going to do next is mix it up, and I'm going to pour in some water, and we're going to get it wet and mix it all up. And you're just going to kind of want to you got to be careful with how much water you add with the protein, that you don't go overboard. Got to get it that right wetness, people. You don't want it too wet where it doesn't bake because it's so overly wet. So you got to be a little patient with this process. All right, get in there. You hear this sound, guys? Yeah, that sound right there. That's what you want right there. You guys know that sound. You've heard it before? All right, good. So that's kind of the perfect moistness you want. I love that word, moistness. Okay, next what we're going to add in, my next size of apples, we're going to add those bad boys in there. Just makes it easier if you don't throw it all in at once to kind of get to this consistency. So trust me with the process and add these afterwards. So I'm going to throw those bad boys in there. What we're going to do next, this is optional, but I am going to add just like a little tablespoon, maybe not even a tablespoon, just like a little dropper, whoop, of that. We're going to mix that up too, and add some cinnamon. Got to have cinnamon for that apple crisp flavor, and sugar-free maple flavor. Maple Grove Farms, this stuff is lower calorie, made with Splenda. Will not get you all bloated. So if you haven't tried this stuff out, it's pretty good. All right, so then we're gonna go ahead and mix this all up. Mix it up. You're gonna wanna make sure you spray your pan with like a Pam spray or some type of non-stick cooking spray. Otherwise, you're not gonna be able to get this out of there. A little more cinnamon, cameraman?
Yeah.
A little more cinnamon. Can't go wrong with cinnamon. You really really can't. If you go overboard, it might get a little bitter, but it would take a lot of cinnamon to do that. So this recipe is going to be super high in fiber, high in volume. Perfect recipe to feel satisfied with. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and smush it all into the bottom of our pan here. Like I said, this is going to be our crust. Now we're just going to evenly kind of push it all down. Okay, so you can see the bottom of the pan. Just kind of evenly pressed it all down in there. Okay, next I've got my next set of apples here. We're just going to take each of those bad boys and just kind of strategically place them on top of your crust. So next what we're going to do, just take, these macros don't even count. Doesn't count when you just sprinkle stuff on. We're just going to sprinkle a little on top. It's going to get kind of toasted on top. Perfect. I'm going to take a little more Splenda. I'm going to get a big fat I told you so when I die of cancer one of these days, probably from all the Splenda. But just sprinkle that on top. Sprinkle a little more cinnamon. Don't want to go overboard. We already added quite a bit of cinnamon. Okay. And just to kind of help it bake and crisp to the top, again, I'm going to use a little bit of this I can't believe it's not butter spray. If you don't have that, you could even use your Pam spray on top there. And for final touch, one more little drizzle here. I don't want to do too much, but just a light drizzle. Boom. Okay, that is your apple crisp ready to go. We're going to put this guy in the oven for about 24 minutes or so, and we'll see you when it's all done. Alright guys, so it took about 17 minutes in the oven, and then it looked like it was done in Shazam. You've got your whole beautiful apple crisp all ready to eat. I love stuff that fills up an entire plate. This baby's got some weight to it. This is going to fill you up and satisfy that sweet tooth. It was very easy to prep and cook, so give it a try. Very simple and delicious. You can't go wrong with an apple crisp. So don't forget, if you guys are trying out my recipes and like them, tag myself and other MTS Militia members in your posts on Instagram. Myself, Alyssa, Shredded Jesus, Mark, tag all of us. Truly, with Tiger Fitness and being part of this company, everyone's truly more than a number. It's like a whole big family, and it's a pleasure to get to know all of you guys who enjoy these videos and recipes. So please tag all the militia members in it, because we want to know who you are and what you guys are liking and what you guys want to see. So please comment below of other recipe ideas. I know some people say she makes the same shit every week. Well, I don't, but you can get very creative with protein. But let me know what more you guys would like to see, and I will do my best to create some delicious things for you. So that is it, you guys. Please keep checking back for more recipes.